Finally, we're going to talk about Washington Anytime Library, which is our collection of and electronic books, electronic audiobooks. You access this from our digital resources page. Some of my favorite things about this resource are the ability to check out an entire stack of books and have it all contained on one little tablet when I take a trip. I also really love the ability to adjust the font and the light setting. So if you have a student who is battling vision issues or dyslexia, there is a dyslexic font. There are all sorts of fonts that you can play with. There's also the ability to adjust how much light each title receives. So it's really great for people who are struggling with vision issues to use this resource because it makes it so much easier for them to read. So the next slide shows us that the best way to access Washington Anytime Library is through the Libby app. So if you download the Libby app through the App Store or from Google Play, that gives you the very best access to Washington Anytime Library, and you can download titles directly from Libby. You can place holds, you can check things out, you read, you listen to your books, and that happens all on your computer, on your device, on your tablet, or even on your ebook device. Some of the things about this app that you're going to find helpful is that it allows you to read across devices. So if you check out a book, sometimes you might want to read on your phone. Another time you might have your tablet handy. Another time you might have your computer handy. Once you download that book, you can read across all of those devices, that one title, and it will sync it. So if I switch from my phone to my tablet, depending on where I'm at or the time of day, it will take me right to the place I left off, whatever device I was on. You can also, once you check out a book and you are connected to Wi-Fi, it's going to download that. And then if you are offline for any reason, that book is still available to you in the app. So if I happen to take a trip and I'm on the airplane, as long as I have checked those books out and let them download while I'm in Wi-Fi, then once I turn my Wi-Fi off and I'm offline, all of those books are still available to me. I can also take my phone in the car and I can play my audiobook right in the car from my phone. You can also choose to send your book to Kindle if you prefer to read from Kindle. There on the bottom of the screen in the middle, you can see that you can switch between the library and the shelf and whatever book that you have checked out right in Libby. So how do you find books to check out, you might ask? When I open Libby, this is the home page that I first see, and the first thing I'm going to do is use that search bar. I can search by title, I can search by author, I can search by subject. Any way that you would normally search for a book, you can search that way. I could also choose to hit the Explore button, and that's going to open up a page where I can explore, and I can explore the kids' room or the teen room. I can explore by genre, I can explore by subject, I can even explore by list, maybe what's popular or what's available or what's new. There are all sorts of lists that you can explore when you click that Explore tab. But the final way that you can do this is by preferences. If I select preferences, it's going to open a page that lets me use filters. I can use a format filter. I want to read an audiobook or an ebook. I can choose language. Maybe I want to try something in Spanish or another language. Lots of languages available to you in Washington Anytime Library. You can use a filter of what audience is going to read. Is it a juvenile audience? Maybe it's a teen. Maybe you want something in adult. Compatibility, are you going to read it in Libby or do you want to be able to send it to Kindle? Those are all filters that you can use. You can especially use that filter of I want to read what is available right now, and that'll only show me books that are available right now. That's not so handy if I'm searching for a title that might be checked out, because then it wouldn't show up. So sometimes you need to search by everything just to see if there is a title available. But sometimes those super popular titles, you're going to have to place a hold on, because we only buy so many electronic copies. So just like a hard copy, we also only have so many electronic copies. So sometimes you're going to have to place a hold. But I have some tips for how to get a book right now. If you use a tag, you can build a wish list. So if you've ever been frustrated by, you have just a few minutes and you want a book that's available right now, and you don't have the time to search, use some tags, and that's going to help you. The tag that I like to use is wish list. So when I open a book, I pulled up the title page. For instance, here it's front desk. I can choose, am I going to borrow it right now? Or maybe I'm going to have to place it on hold. I can play a sample, or there where it says wish list, I can add a tag. If I add a tag, I use wish list. Then the next time I go to my shelf and I want to look at my tags, it will show me all of the books that I have tagged. And then I can choose the books that it's showing here right now. These are all available to borrow, but there are many times where the books have to be placed on hold. And I can just scroll through my list of tags for wish list, and I can say, gee, I want to read this and this right now. And just that quick, I've got a book that I can check out and download, and I don't have to spend a ton of time browsing about it. So if you are in communities where people talk about books and they say, hey, I just read XYZ and it was so great, go into Washington Anytime right now and look at that title and add a wish list to it. And then the next time you're ready for a new book, you can look at all those books you really wanted to read that somebody told you about, and you can choose one from your wish list.
Alrighty, so now we have our next question break. Feel free to just say your question or put it in chat. Another thing great about Anytime Library is that there are some picture books and easy readers that are read-along books. You can search by these, and kids or whoever can read along with the book.
It's also a great place to add the tag of there's a thumbs up or a thumbs down tag. If you really, really liked a book, tag it with a thumbs up. And the next time a friend says, gee, have you read anything good lately? You can go into your list of thumbs up and say, oh yeah, I remember I read this and I loved it. It's a great way to keep track of books you really loved or didn't love.
All right, everyone still awake? All right.
Yep.